It might get a little toasty in here, huh? Should we leave it cracked a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too loud.
It's a thermostat.
Oh, you right, you right, you right. All right, y'all. This is what we're gonna do. Raise your hand if you know why I'm here.
To talk to us.
You smart. You smart. To spit some knowledge.
Yeah, that's
All right, this is the first thing we're gonna do. Before I introduce myself, we're just gonna go over a few expectations. My name is, well, I said before I introduce myself, then I proceed to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Nate, so that's what you all will address me by. Everybody say Mr.
Mr. Nate. Mr. Nate.
Everybody say Mr.
Mr.
Nate.
Nate.
Miss Ebony, what do y'all call her? Miss Ebony, Miss Connor, what? Miss Ebony, she said no what?
No.
Phones and laptops. So I need y'all to kind of put those away. So can we close those on up?
What if you're asking? I'll help you get back there. How you gonna ask?
That's fine.
You said what? No, you said you're on their phone. Wait, let me bookmark here.
All the way. Bookmark it, then close that for me, please. What is the oldest grade and age we have in here?
8:50. 12. 11.
The oldest is 8th grade.
Oh, 8?
Youngest.
6.
Okay. Got you. So I'm gonna have you all for the next. I think we can get this done in about 30 minutes. I'm gonna be speaking to you all. Then we're gonna be doing an activity. We got guys talking right now, right in my face. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I work with young people for a living, colleges, high school, elementary, middle schools. We're going to go over these expectations, and I expect you all to follow them. Y'all don't know me. I don't know y'all, but I would assume you want to show me with a first impression that you can be respectful. We're going to have a good time today, and then I'm going to get you guys out of here, but I need you to be respectful. Can y'all do that?
Yes.
Can y'all do that?
Yes.
Can y'all do that?
Yes.
Very good. I'm just going to be sharing with you all a little bit about my journey, who I am, what I do for a living. And then you all are going to be doing an activity to kind of test out some of your skills to see if this may be something that you want to do or that you may be good at. Who knows? I'm going to start it off with a story. It was 2012 at Eastmore Academy High School. Raise your hand if you've heard of Eastmore Academy High School. Okay, put those hands down. I walked into the classroom, and the class was a PowerPoint class. Y'all know what PowerPoint is? Y'all know what PowerPoint is on the computer? So we had to study PowerPoint, learn how to use PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, all that kind of stuff. And I'm a goofy kid at the time. So this is my junior year of high school. Okay? And I walk into my classroom. I'm playing around, I'm joking around, not doing what I'm supposed to do. And my teacher was like, young man, come here. I'm like, oh my gosh, what does she want? So I walk to my teacher, and she says, you know what? Do you know when you walk into a classroom or a room, you have a presence about you? She said, you demand attention. When you're in front of people, you can command the room. Now, at this time, I had no clue what this lady was talking about. I had a basketball tattooed on my arm, which is now covered up. I had my initials, which are NJ, the Spalding logo, and I thought I was going to the NBA. But what happened in that moment, my junior year, when I walked into that classroom, that lady saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. Defining moment number one. I'll give you the next defining moment, and then I'll tell you why I'm telling you those things. The year is now 2016. April 9th is the day, Saturday, April 9th to be exact. I'm at school in Greensboro, North Carolina, at North Carolina A&T State University. I'm calling my dad. He didn't pick up the phone. Calling my dad. Didn't pick up the phone. Calling my dad. Didn't pick up the phone. Now, at the time, my dad's health was not that good. He was a sick man. He was a cancer survivor. He was a diabetic. He just wasn't doing good in his health. So there was a lady who helped my dad out. He had a nurse. I picked up the phone. I said, I need to call Sheena. That was her name. I said, Sheena, I need you to go check on my dad. My dad's not picking up the phone. We just talked yesterday because he had just put money into my bank account. I need to, something's not right. He's not picking up the phone. About 30 minutes later, I get a call back. So my phone rings again. As soon as I pick up the phone, she's crying hysterically. And the first thing she says was, Nate, I'm sorry. I threw my phone on the ground and I began weeping inside of my suite. So it was like an apartment. I had people who I lived with at the time. When you're in college, that happens. And all of my friends who I lived with at the time, they're rushing around me. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I told them she had found my father dead. Defining moment number 2. I share these stories because those 2 pivotal moments sparked something in me for me to make a decision about my life. So when that lady in 2012 saw me in her classroom and spoke those words to me, she ended up putting me as the speaker for our senior breakfast that, when I was a senior. She said, Nate, I want you to become a speaker at the breakfast. And the rest was history. From that point forward, I began my journey doing inspirational speaking, motivational speaking, youth workshops, working all around the city between here, Greensboro, North Carolina, Clark Atlanta State University, North Carolina A&T State University, doing whatever I could to help young people like yourself. When the death of my father happened, I was away at school, but I had decided to come back home and pursue what is now Jameson Consulting Group, LLC, full-time. So when I came home from school, every single day, every minute of my life, every second I had, I gave to building my business, my reputation, my skill set when it came to speaking. And we are here today, young people. Can anyone guess? And I kind of just told you, what is my career? What do I do? Raise your hand and tell me what I do. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Anything else? Yes, sir. Nope. So along with being a speaker, I provide youth programming. So schools like that you're in, schools will pay me to come and do programs. I have a program for elementary schools, for middle schools, for high schools. Does that make sense? So along with the speaking, someone may say, hey, Nate, I want you to come and speak to the scholarship recipients, or hey, come speak at this college, or hey, come speak at a training, whatever it is. So that's pretty much what I am doing for a living. Raise your hand. Don't tell me anything. Just raise your hand if you're comfortable with speaking in front of people. Okay, put those hands down. Raise your hand if you're uncomfortable with speaking in front of people. Ooh. Okay, put those hands down. We're going to put this to the test. First of all, I'm going to open up the floor. I'm going to let you guys ask me anything that you want to ask me. So about what I do for a living. So I work for myself. So is that me working for a company, or am I considered like entrepreneur or sole proprietor? Do y'all know what those are? Do I work for a company?
No.
I work for, okay, what's the name of my business? Try it again, y'all. It's on the shirt. Jameson Consulting Group. Okay. So let me give you another example to make this very plain and simple. When I'm working with schools, y'all listening? When I'm working with schools, primarily they may say, hey, Nate, come work with our 7th grade young men, right? Right? And they trust me as an expert. They may say, okay, since you're working with our young men, is there any other girls programs that you bring in as a consultant to come and work with our young ladies? So because I've been doing this for 10 years straight, literally nonstop, people trust my judgment when it comes to helping the young ladies as well. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I can refer somebody. I can say, hey, I think she would be awesome to come and do a program with your young ladies. And then they would pay that person to come and do similar to what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Does that make sense? Yes. How do you think you get to that point of being a quote unquote expert in your field? Where people trust you and believe in you. Yes, sir.
Do it for like a long time.
Very good. What else? What else? Do you think you have to work hard at it? Yeah. Do you think you have to work on your skills? Yeah. Do you think you need skills and abilities and have to be good at what you're doing to make a lot of money when you guys are older? Yeah. Okay. So let me share with you a story, and then I'm going to open it up for you all because I think this activity would be pretty cool. When I first began speaking, and I was broke. When I say broke, I mean like capital BROKE, broke. Seriously. In order for me to build my name and reputation and, kind of get my name out there, I used to do some pretty crazy stuff. For example, I might get in a vehicle and drive to like a college. It could be a college in Atlanta or a college in North Carolina or a college in another state. And I would just walk the campus literally like this. Like with cards and stuff. By the way, my guy back there, he took these pictures. He's my photographer. He does everything for me. Say what's up to Mr. Roger. So I'd literally be going around the campuses like, how you doing? I'm Nate Jameson. Can I come and speak for your organization? How you doing? Where's the student leadership organization? Hi, how you doing? Do you have SGA on your campus? Do you have a student council? Is there anything I can do for free? You don't even have to pay me. And these people are looking at me like I'm crazy. But let me tell you what happened. And this is something, if you need to write it down, hold on to it. When you believe, people will eventually start believing. Everybody say, when I believe, people will eventually start believing. When I would go to those colleges, sometimes nothing was happening, but the people saw how crazily I believed in myself. So if it didn't happen in that moment, the next year they would be like, hey, Mr. Jameson, do you mind coming and speaking at this conference? We don't have any money to pay you because we really don't know who you are, but we want you to come. Does that make sense? All right. How many stories did I tell y'all when we first started? When I first got up here, how many stories did I tell you? Yes, sir. You say 2? What do you say? 2? A lot. Yeah, you're right. I have told a lot of stories. When I first got up here, how many defining moments was it? Okay. Would y'all say that when I told you those stories, did it get your attention? Yeah. Raise your hand if you think it got your attention. Okay, put those hands down. Let me give you a few tips when it comes to public speaking. Some of the main ways to get people's attention when you are speaking in front of people. Storytelling. Everybody say storytelling. Storytelling. I did that on purpose because I knew it would draw you in. I knew it would make an emotional connection with you all. See, when I speak about the pain of me losing my father, there could be somebody in the audience who also has lost their father, so their ears are opening up like, what is he talking about? Or when I told you the story about the lady who believed in me, I'm sure there's someone in your life who has also believed in y'all when you didn't really believe in yourself. That makes sense? Storytelling. Another way is humor. When you get in front of people, if you can tell a joke, if you can make the audience smile, if you can lighten them up a little bit, you can reel them in like that. Make sense? Let me give you guys a statistic before we move on. Did y'all know that throughout the course of your life, this is from when you're born till the day you die, sociologists believe that all of us as human beings will influence around 50,000 people without even trying. Did y'all know that? Do y'all believe that? Why do y'all believe it? You just believe it. Did that get your attention? The number? Okay. Point number 3.
What would you be doing to have that much attraction to you?
That's just your daily interactions. That's just going to the grocery store. That's just shaking hands. That's playing basketball. That's kids at school. And I've told that statistic many, many, many times to place the emphasis on, like, imagine how many people you could impact if you were intentional about it. If you were like, I'm going to be intentional about helping other people. Make sense? What's the first point we just talked about? Was it storytelling? What was number 2? To get attention.
Humor.
Number 3 was what? Statistic or a number. Okay. I'll give you one more. Okay. And then we're going to move on. I'll give you one more. This is my favorite movie. Okay. The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Has anybody seen this? I'll give you a quick little summary, and then I want to do this activity with you all. This is Will Smith. This is his son when he was younger. This is his real son in real life. He's an adult now. In the movie, Will Smith is trying to pursue his dreams. While he's pursuing his dreams and getting a better job, his wife leaves him. He's homeless at one point, and he's having a really, really tough time. In this scene that was just on the screen, Will Smith and his son, they're going to shoot basketball. His son misses the shot. His son gets discouraged. His son throws the ball down. He's like, I don't want to play anymore. He sees what he just did to his son, and this is what he told his son, and this is a quote that I have said over 100 times. He said, don't ever let somebody tell you can't do something. Not even me. You got a dream? You got to protect it. When people can't do something themselves, they want to tell you that you can't do it. You want something? Go get it. Period. That's number 4. Quotes, storytelling, statistic, and humor. Now, it's your turn. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Yes. Yeah, probably.
I hope y'all do it. Each of you are going to get one. Do not flip it over. Just read it to yourself. Don't share it with anyone. Here, pass a few of those back for me. Can you take one? Can I trust you to just take one and pass the rest? Or are you going to look at them? Here. There you go. Not yet.
Don't flip it over.
By the way, do y'all know who one of the people was who gave me an opportunity very early on? Guess who it was? It was who? It was Miss Ebony. She put me in a very good position, and I really, really appreciate that. All right. This is what you're going to do. Flip it over and read it. This is your topic. I'm going to give each of you just 20 seconds.
I'll get the bad one.
20 seconds. Listen. Raise your hand if you want to participate. This is going to get you guys out of your comfort zone a bit. You're going to come up to the front. And you need to either use one of the 4 things that I just told you how to get people's attention when you're speaking. So you got storytelling, you have humor, you have a statistic, or a quote. Does everyone have a topic? We'll just give you each, for the sake of time, we'll give you 20 seconds to come up here and see if you can at least use that to try to get the people's attention. It's scary, right? No, you'll be okay. Who's starting us off? Let's go. We need one person to start us off. Come on, come on. If you want to do a story, for example, look, for example, let me give you an example. This topic, young people, y'all listening, y'all listening, y'all listening? For example, this topic is my church is amazing. So if that was your topic, you get up here and you can even make up a story. You can say, listen, y'all, I remember this one time I went to the church because I needed some prayer, but it was dogs surrounding the church. So I had to get up out of there because I'm scared of dogs. I couldn't do it. It's your choice. Come on, bro. You want to start us off? What's your name? Christian? Come on up here. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Can y'all clap it up for Christian as you come? Clap it up for Christian as you come.